To me, the big change here is that is the new display. It's always on, and of course has ProMotion, which I think you need the ProMotion in order to have an always on display. But that's crazy.
Yeah, finally. I mean,
yeah.
Apple's been behind on this. If we're, being honest, and we always should be honest. Like Android phones have had 120 hertz displays for a while. So Apple's kind of late to this party, and I think it's about time. So it's great. Yeah, I agree, though. This is a huge update for that. That and, the cameras going to a 48 megapixel.
Yes. The
main camera.
The main camera. I'm trying to think if I have a screenshot of that while we're talking about it. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, the main camera to 48 megapixels. And then also I do have a grid for this, so I will bring that up briefly here. But the main camera going to 48 megapixels. It's still got the 2x telephoto. But yeah, I mean that's a big upgrade for that camera for sure.
That, and also you got to throw in the front-facing camera, right? Which is, I guess we should just mention now, across the board, they all have this new front-facing camera that's using a square sensor, which then gives them the ability to, you don't have to rotate your phone to get it into landscape, and they're using cool Apple Intelligence. If you're taking a selfie and other people get into the frame, it will automatically adjust and expand your aspect ratio to kind of fit everybody into the scene, which is awesome.
Yep. All right, so let's compare these cameras from say the base model iPhone 16 to the base model iPhone 17. So the 16 also had a 48 megapixel main camera and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. What the 17 does is it updates that ultra wide camera to 48 megapixels. That's the big change there, I think. So yeah. Is that right? But this is Apple's data is saying two different things. What am I missing here? I'm looking at the screenshot from the event, which talks about the telephoto, the 48 megapixel main camera,
right,
and then the 12 megapixel 2x telephoto camera. But when I look at the comparison on Apple's website, it says for the iPhone 17, it's not listing the 12 megapixel camera. So what am I missing? Oh, because the ultra wide is considered a fusion camera now.
Oh, it's part of that same lens. Yeah, it's a 2 lens instead of a 3 lens camera.
Okay. All right. That I see. And then, yes. Okay.
Clever marketing.
Yes.
I didn't realize the 16 had a 48 megapixel. I thought it was still dark ages.
No, because I have the base model 16 and
so then,
well, maybe not base model. I mean, I think I have with 512 gigs of storage, but no, I don't have the Pro. That's what I'm saying is I have an iPhone 16, not Pro, and the cameras, it's been fantastic. So that
really does put more of the emphasis on that upgrade being on the display, in my opinion. I mean, the Fusion camera thing's cool and all, but
yep.
For the 17, which I think should be interesting. And I did some asking around on the AI just because I was curious. Is that really 50% brighter? And well, technically, yes, it is. That it talks about how the human brain perceives it, that, 2,000 to 3,000 nits is not perceived as 50% brighter. I was like, oh, okay. And it put it this way. Look, if you go from 100 to 200 nits, that's noticeable. If you go from 2,000 to 2,100, it's much less noticeable. So it's an algorithmic progression in perception.
Logarithmic, not algorithmic.
That's what I meant. Yeah, I meant what I knew.
I got you.
Pick a word with a rhythm in it. And thank you for that. But yeah, I think 3,000 is a lot, because I think my 16 is pretty stinking bright, even outdoors in the sun. It does all right. So that's
What was the 16's nits? Do we have
2000?
16
Pro is 2000.
16 Pro is 2000. Well, so is the 16.
Yeah. Okay.
The base model 16.
Yeah.
So, or the not Pro 16, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay. So it just the peak brightness goes up. But I will say, when I'm outside in the summer with my 16, I get peak brightness for about 38 seconds, and then the heat drops it down to 2 nits, and I don't get to read my screen anymore. So but they did say that things were better in sunlight with the iPhone's 17. So all right. Yeah. But I think the always on for everyone, like you said, it should be table stakes, Adam, and now it is. So yeah, I think that's good.
Is it worth mentioning the Plus is now gone?
Well, and that the iPhones, yes, it is, and the iPhone 16 was 6.1 inch screen, and the iPhone 17 is a 6.3 inch screen, right? And what was the Plus prior to that?
6.7.
Okay, all right. So if you want 6.7, you gotta ante up.